So we have a sit, and we are having him sit and wait at the front door, which he's never waited at this front door before. He's probably been racing through it. So he waits, we step in, we step back. Okay. And since I'm by myself, I'm going to do a little left turn into him while I close the door. I'm going to go straight to the mat exercise. It's the first time he's been back home in 12 days. Sit. We did a little partial training program with him, and now we're bringing him back home. And we're trying to get him to be as good as we can get him to be after that short period of time. He sits in front of the mat. We say, go to your mat, and then we say, down. And this is really tough for him because his owners are sitting right over there. So let's see what we can get out of him. So we're going to put him on the mat. He probably has no interest in the little rewards, maybe a little bit. Good, because usually when a dog comes home like this, a dog like Cooper, he tends to get super excited and overstimulated. Good, and he doesn't care about the food, but what do you know? He is eating it. Something about being on the mat. Good. He wouldn't take the treats outside when he was sitting, but once he's on the mat, no. He gets up. So this is what you're going to do. If he makes a mistake, stay calm, say no, do your little left turn into him like that. Gently but firmly just put him back. A little tension on the leash. You can use a little reward to lure him back down. Good. Takes the treat off the mat. Hey, right there. Good. And maybe like the first week or so when you're learning how to do this the way I'm doing it, you are just good doing this for a couple of minutes and you're sort of just trying to get maybe him to stay. No. If he pops up, if he doesn't leave the mat, you can just put him back like that. You don't have to do the turn every time. And I've only said down one time so far, so I'm going to say it again. Down. Good. And since he's first learning this now, just learning this, nope. This might take a while, but we have to end on a success. Down. Notice how I say it as I'm applying the pressure to the leash. It's better if you do everything at the same time. Good. Nope. Keep doing this until he gets it. And in this situation here, we're going to keep doing it until I wear him out. He's going to give up. He's going to give up. He's going to end on a success. And then we're done, and he will have learned a huge lesson. He's having problems calming down because he's back home. Down. And then when he's there, good stuff happens. Down. So now we're working on the stay. So we got that. So I'm going to have to go back to the way he was like 4 or 5 or 6 days ago in my house. Put down an extra amount of reward. Good. So that it keeps him calm enough and focused enough so he can handle me walking around him. So food is a way to desensitize him to an occurrence, and this is a classic way that we do it. If he's not ready to do a downstay, we use food, a larger amount of food, so that he can handle me walking around him. You see how that works? If he's eating, it keeps him calmer, and he can stay there. Both ways. And then the way you release him out of this exercise, you stand back next to him, pat your leg and say, okay. And then we have him sit. I don't know if this is in the way here. And then we release him. Go. Okay. So in the greeting routine, I have him sit. I step over to you. Nope. He pops up. It's a lot easier with the sit stay. You do this little circle, gently but firmly put him back. Let's work on that. Nope. Go say hi. Petting, treats before he jumps, because I see what he does. While he's being really good right now, I'm going to say, come. On back to me. Good. He's getting kind of full, so I don't think he cares about the treats anymore. It doesn't matter. If he doesn't take the treat, it doesn't matter. You still have him do it. Sit. We're just going to do this 3 times. He waits. I go back next to him. Go say hi. Same thing. Come. No jumping. Good. Sit. Go. Very good. Petting, treats, whatever you have. Before he jumps, come. See how if he doesn't come right away, I just do a little tap. Good. And I back away a little bit, and he comes to me. You're never repeating the command, ever. Because if you repeat the command, you'll never do it the first time you tell him. What you can do to stop that is when he tries to jump on you, if you're sitting down, and it's a little bit of work at first, but it really works well. Come. Good. Is, let's say he's jumping on, he puts one foot on my knee or starts that at all. Nope. And then he's going to stop and you pet him. He might start to do it again. Nope. Your hand's up in the air. You show him that that behavior makes everything stop. What you're doing now is actually perpetuating it because you push him down, you fight him, and he gets resistance and he pushes against you, and it'll never end that way because he's actually getting attention for trying to climb on you. But if you show him you're getting all this attention and then you stand up and it ended because of what you did, there's no payoff for that behavior anymore. The payoff is for not doing it, thinking, being in the moment, paying attention to what he's doing, and not doing it because he wants the attention. The attention stops with the other behavior.
We're ready. Okay. So how do you prevent couch surfing and jumping up to try to get food in the kitchen?
Well, the best way to stop that type of behavior is to catch her or him before he actually does it. So let's say that you have all this food on the counter, which actually, that would be worst case scenario, and since he really doesn't know to not do it, the first step is to not let him in those situations where you know he's going to be set up to fail. Clear the food away, let him in the kitchen when you're not cooking, when there's not a bunch of food on the counter, and practice, start it easily for him. Practice with him just doing down stays and sit stays on that exercise, that mat exercise would be great to do here in the kitchen or do in your mother's kitchen. And teach him to be calm in that area. That 5-minute down stay on the mat that I do, that over time teaches the dog to be calm and not reactive in whatever room you do it in. So that would help a lot. But in general, if you wait for the dog to already start that behavior and jump in to correct, it'll never go away. And of course, if you're not there to correct and stop him, he's just going to be there and do whatever he wants because you're not there to correct him. But also the correction is a way to mark that behavior, and it can cause a pattern to start where he does it, you correct, he stops, he does it, you correct, he stops, and it just never ends. So ideally, you see you're set up for success. You see that he's kind of looking up there. Call him to come. Have him sit somewhere else. Do something that makes him think. Do something with you. Just simply having him come and getting the treat and then going back is not enough. You have to make that focus period longer. So it'd be, let's say that he was here and I saw him and I was set up for this and I had my little chicken breast or cheese or something, a high value reward so he doesn't forget. Yeah, he can get food and treats, but it comes here in this room. It comes from you out of your hand, and it's in exchange for doing the opposite of what he did before. And it's in exchange for moving away from the counter, coming out of the kitchen over here, doing a sit stay where you walk around him both ways, and then maybe even go into a down stay and do the same thing. And then you release him and you do that for a while, and he's going to start forgetting anything other than, this is the area where I do all the training, I work for them, and I get paid big money, because food is like money for dogs. That piece of cheese, that's a $100 bill compared to some little dog biscuit. So the value of a treat when you use it is really important.